Hey, how's it going? So you've got a TV and you'd like to have it out of the way and on the wall. Perhaps you're not sure where to start, or maybe you're a little nervous about the idea. Well, in this episode, I'll be showing you how to properly hang a TV on the wall so you can feel confident in doing it too. Welcome back. I'm Chris Kuzak, and on this channel I cover DIY projects and homeowner solutions to everyday problems. So if you're new here, it might be a good idea to subscribe. I've got dreams, okay? I have a plan to remove an interior wall in the not too distant future to make our side door entrance more functional. But in order to do that, I need to move the TV to the new family room. So today's project is to do just that. I prefer to hang my TVs on the wall for a few main reasons. I find that they take up less space, and what I mean by that is surface space. You don't need to have an entertainment unit or anything under it. I also feel like the TV is safer on the wall. It can't be bumped and knocked into the floor by kids, pets, or even clumsy adults. It's just less likely to get damaged or to hurt someone. The TV can also become more useful depending on the layout of the room and the type of the wall mount you use. The one in my man cave right here is capable of swiveling out so I can get a good view of it while I'm playing a game of pool from the other end of the basement. Having said that, there are many wall mounts on the market that have different capabilities, but in general there are three main types. There's the fixed kind that simply hangs the TV on the wall with no customization capability. This is the lowest price option and probably the easiest to install. Then there's the tilting kind that not only hangs the TV on the wall, but allows it to tilt down towards the viewer. This is the one you will want if you're putting it above the fireplace and not at the optimal viewing height. We'll get back to this in a minute. Like the fixed kind, these are also relatively easy to install, but come with a slightly higher price tag due to the added functionality. And last, there's the full motion kind. These are the ones that allow the TV to swing out of the wall, tilt up or down, and rotate. And this is the one that I have here in the man cave. These are a little more difficult to install, and I would recommend at least 2 adults team up to do it. And of course, the price is much higher compared to the other two options as well. I'll be sure to link all of these options in the description below. The wall mount I'll be relocating today is a fixed wall mount. It is probably the most basic one I've ever seen. I think we picked it up for like 30 bucks at IKEA 7 years ago, which unfortunately is no longer available. But this video is not meant to be a replacement of the instructions that may come with your specific wall mount. Please follow the manufacturer instructions. One of the downsides to wall mounting a TV is the potential for a bad installation incident, or basically the TV falling off the wall. This might be what scares people from doing it themselves, but hopefully after this video, you realize just how easy it can be. Let me know in the comments below why else you might be nervous to do this yourself. Also, stick around to the end and I'll share the other downside to a wall-mounted TV. So after you've chosen the type of wall mount, the first step is to determine how high you want the TV to be on the wall. The ideal height is to have the middle of the TV at eye level when you are seated on your favorite chair. For the average person, this is about 42 inches from the floor. And if your favorite chair is a recliner, you might want to put it a little higher to avoid neck strain. But what if you're putting it above a mantle, or in my case, an entertainment unit that won't allow you to put it at the ideal height? In my case, my entertainment is a little too high off the floor, so I'm going to follow the same rule for if I were hanging a picture, which is to put the bottom of the TV about 4 to 6 inches from the top of the surface. This is also where having a tilting mount would be nice, but I just don't think mine is high enough to warrant buying a new mount. The next step is to make sure that the necessary calculations and measurements are made to determine where the mount needs to go on the wall. The back of every flat panel TV has mounting points that are easily identifiable. Once you have determined the height that the mount needs to be, make some marks on the wall in pencil. And a pro tip, if you don't have a carpenter's pencil, use your daughter's stencils.
What? Hey! Nice!
Hey, I need it. Using a level is important to ensuring that your TV hangs straight. One of the most common requirements of every TV mount is that the screws or bolts need to go into the studs inside the wall. The easiest way to find the studs in the wall is to use a stud finder. Click the link below if you don't have one. Sometimes I just tap on the wall. until I hear a higher pitch to find the studs. So you got like a high pitch here and a low pitch over here. So you know you're in between studs. And you go over here, it gets a little higher, which is probably not the most reliable method, but it works for me. But use a stud finder. Is there anyone else that uses this tapping method? I sometimes wonder, am I the only one out there that does that? So I've marked approximately where I think the studs are on the line that I'm going to be hanging the mount. So I'm just going to drill some pilot holes just to make sure, but I also drill pilot holes whenever I put screws into the wall as well. So I definitely hit a stud there because you can see that I've got wood on the end of my drill bit. Yep, also have wood on the end of the drill bit, so I definitely hit 2 studs there. So now I'm ready to hang the rail that the wall mount, or that the TV mounts to. I also put a mark in the middle of where I want the TV, so right in the middle, so that I can find the middle of the rail as well. So right about there is where I'm going to hang it, and then I just got to match up the holes and put some screws in. Okay, there we go. The bracket is on the wall securely, and then these are the things that the TV hangs on. So I just got to put those on now. Anyway, now that the wall mount is secured to the wall, all that's left to do is attach the TV to it. Depending on the size of your TV, you might want to ask for help with this part. The 40-inch I'm hanging today isn't too bad, but I remember it was a struggle to hang my 55 here down in the man cave. By this point, you might have already figured out what the other downside is to having a wall-mounted TV. What do you do with the ugly cords? Well, in the next video, I'll show you my favorite solution to this very problem. So again, you might want to consider subscribing. That's it for today. Remember, dream it, fix it, build it. Later.